if you're going to come in this truth, man. And it says, matter of fact, Proverbs 24 and 27. Proverbs 24. Proverbs 24 and 27. He says, prepare thy work without and make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thine house. You know, it says prepare thy work. So you have to prepare, man. You have to sit down and prepare before you build. So when you're coming in this truth, you have to really think it over, man. And it's all up to you, how about Shem Yahushua, whether you gonna come in or not, you know. Because it's been a few people that jump right in, then next thing you know, they right out. They didn't count the cost, man. So it's real important when you're coming into this truth. It says, least happily after he had laid the foundation, is not able to finish it, and all that behold it began to mock him. So if you start building and you haven't laid the foundation, what's going to happen? That house is not going to be steady, man. It's going to be easily shaken and it's going to fall. And everybody that walk by going to be like, yeah, they gonna laugh at you and scorn you. Be like, yeah, we knew he didn't have enough money to build that house anyway. You know, he knew he couldn't build no $500,000 house or no $50,000. So in this truth, you have to build a good foundation, man. And that foundation is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. This is the foundation, man. You have to have a solid foundation in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Because you don't want to come in and start building without that foundation. You're not going to make it, man. Your house is going to blow over, man. It's going to be wasted away in the wind. And it says, saying, verse 30, saying this, man began to build and was not able to finish. Yeah. Because we know a lot of people, a lot of cats come in the truth and they go right out. They didn't have that foundation, so they weren't able to finish the course, man. You know. Because me and the brother in the camp I'm in, we've seen just in our camp alone, 4 or 5, man, come in and be gone, man. You know? And I know other brothers in other camps have seen the same thing, because it happens in every camp. Much more our apostles, man. They've been doing it 25, 30 years. They've seen way many people that weren't able to finish the course, man. They didn't build that foundation. They weren't able to build, you know. Verse 31. And it says this. It says, or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first and consulted whether he's able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000, or else while the other is yet a great way off, he sendeth an ambassador and desire conditions of peace. It says, so likewise whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he have cannot be my disciple. So you have to be ready to forsake all, man. And don't give a shit about this world out here, man. You gotta be able to just say, hey, the hell with it, you know. And we know, certain brothers who got to go to work, you know, to make it in this society. You know, you have to just do certain things in this captivity, man. But for the most part, brothers are saying, man, damn this place, man. You know. And it says, verse 34, salt is good, but the salt that has lost its savor, wherewith shall it be seasoned? Right? The salt is talking about this knowledge, wisdom, and this understanding, this wisdom. This is the salt. It says, but if it's lost its savor, wherewith can it be salted? Can you resalt something that's lost its savor? No. And it says, it is neither fit
for the land, nor yet for the dunghill, but men cast it out. He that have ears to hear, let him hear. So salt has lost its flavor. It's basically good for nothing, man. So brothers who come in the truth, you get this knowledge, wisdom, understanding the Lord has imparted on you. And if you take it away from you and you go right out the truth, it's basically like you're good for nothing, man. You know? So you have to, that right there, you got to count the cost, man. You got to sit down and see whether this is for you, you know? Building that foundation is really important, man. You have to, you know, that's the key to having a strong house, man, is that foundation. If that foundation ain't solid, then the house is going to fall, man, sooner or later. The house may stay up 3 or 4 years. It may fall. It may stay up for 10 years, and the foundation is no good, and it may fall. But the foundation is solid. You see certain houses, it's certain houses that's been up for 30, 40 years, man, 50 years, still strong, still being able to be lived in because those foundations were built solid, man. You know, and even in the truth, man. His brothers in the truth been doing it 25, 30 years, 20 years, man. You know, solid foundations, man. One more scripture and close it. It's 1 Corinthians 3:11. It says, For other foundations can no man lay than that is laid which is in Yahushua Mashiach. So you can't lay no other foundations than the one that's already been laid. And that's these scriptures, man. Because you got brothers, the other foundations they trying to lay, they trying to teach these other doctrines and whatnot. You know, the foundation has been laid. Just follow this foundation, brother, when you're coming in. And this is what helps you build a strong foundation. Stand to the true doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. It says, verse 12, it says, Now if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, and precious stones, wood, hay, and stubble. Verse 13, Every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work and what sort it is. That's the judgment day. The ICBM intercontinental ballistic missiles, man, they're gonna actually they're gonna reveal whether you had a good foundation or not. You know, each builder is gonna reveal it in that day. You know, if you have good work and your work is of value, you know, then you're gonna be good. But if your work is not good, your foundation is not strong, then in that day the ICBM missiles gonna basically burn you up, man. That's just what it is, you know. So if you lay in a good foundation, your foundation strong, hey, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. It says I read that again. It says, Every man's work shall be made manifest. You know, it's going to become evident. It says, For that day shall declare it, that day of the judgment, the ICBM nuclear missiles, because it shall be revealed by fire. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it was. So it's real important that you lay a good foundation, brothers, and Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. So in that day, you know, you don't get burned up. It says, verse 14, If any man's work abide, which he have built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. So if your work is good, you know, and it's basically seasoned with salt, you know, then you're going to receive that reward of the kingdom, man. So if your work ain't seasoned with salt, then you know it's going to be destruction unto you, you know. So count the cost, man, brothers, when you coming in the truth, man. You got to be prepared to turn your back on this world, man, and lose everything, you know. If you're not prepared for that and then it happens, then you know you might not can handle it, and then you'll leave your what should be your first love, these scriptures, man. You'll walk right away from it, man. You know. So with that, man, hope it was edifying to the brothers in the truth. All praise be to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, GMS who rule well, and Brakathum, all your Akim that's out there is pushing this truth and the sincerity, the strength of Yahweh, Shemir Hoshai. GMS Arkansas, man, just stop and listen. Shalom.